Okay.
Alright, so we'll go right here. Alright, so I'm going to teach you a move. So this is going to be getting to the opponent's back from a counter wrestling perspective. So let's say we're in the situation here where we're standing and we're looking at tying up. Our opponent opens up our hands, they start to take a shot in, and they're looking to take us down. Usually this isn't going to happen from a double leg, this is going to happen from a single leg. So let's say I do the right thing, I start down blocking the double leg, they turn it into a single leg and they go to stand up. All the way, from this position, it's a very important thing to not just simply lose our balance. This is going to be a little bit of a dogfight. A really good way to create some offense from this and to counter wrestle is to look to reach. So I twist my torso and I reach for his elbow. If he's just open here, I can look for the rolling Kimura right away. But let's say I have to create some space by opening his elbow and then shoot it through. If I can, once I get this little fan grip, I can clear his head and get the full Kimura grip, and from here he's definitely going to be getting taken over. It's really important that I don't just fall to my back. I'm going to step in, squat, and then use my butterfly hook to sweep him over. From here, I'm going to extend my arms through. I'm going to extend my arms through so he's not easily able to get out of position. So this is a deep Kimura. From here, a very common reaction that the guy's going to do is he's going to go to his knees and look to square up with us. As he does this, he creates a little pocket by his right hip where I'm going to slide my knee to the inside. I bring my left foot over and I make a little hook by his thigh. I can now use my knee, my right knee, and my left foot to turn him slightly to free my bottom hook and to get the hook. Now I can just bring this over and we're in diagonal back control. Now from here, I'm going to look to get my right foot in this case across so I can go to foot and keep his back controlled. Now it's very difficult for him to just simply turn out or attack my feet. If I was just leaving hooks in, he could do that. So I'm going to be across and stomping here. My chin is to his shoulder like we're taking a cute couples photo, so that way he's not able to get his head to the mat. From here, he's obviously going to look to start. We're going to look right away to threaten his neck. He's going to most likely defend by grabbing his hand and pulling down. Currently, I have a one-on-one. My right hand is to his right hand, keeping him down, and his left hand is now. I have to deal with his left hand. I'm going to then replace my right hand with my left hand to create our first cross grip. I'm now going to sneak my right hand underneath and push on his wrist in order to free the grip. I can slide up to his hand right underneath the knuckle line and look for a very strong grip here. Now I pull this up, I extend my wrist and bring this down in order to keep his hand down. Now I can just kind of bring my knee up sort of high and bring my heel to his chest above his elbow. Once I have that wedge in place, I can let go of his wrist, grab his ankle, and flare my knee out, and then bring my other ankle over, and I'm constantly back heeling here in order to keep a good control over him. I can now replace the cross grip back to the one-on-one, and now it's simply my hand versus his chin. As he goes to keep his chin down, we're going to make a pointy hand here where my knuckles dip below my fingertips, and I can use that to create space underneath his chin. Once I get underneath his chin, I'm going to just flare my wrist like so to catch his chin like I would almost like a heel hook. I'm going to grab the back of his neck. I got it.
Let's make sure you say it. So
Okay. Once, as I'm going through, this is a good idea. So go down. Once I get this through, I want to make sure that my elbow is deep and not just simply shallow by his shoulder. I can make that adjustment at any point. Even if I'm already under his chin, I actually like to sometimes climb my elbow this way. Once I get underneath his chin, I put my chin to my hand. This is really important because if I didn't do that, as I go to let this go for the rear naked choke, he can grab my hand, my other hand, and defend the choke. So we want to make sure that we place a wedge on top of my hand. So now as he goes to do that, my head's in the way. I'm free to let his arm go. I'm going to prop up slightly on my elbow. I don't have to come up all the way. And I'm going to make a fist. And it's going to go right behind his head here. Once it slides through, I can move my head since I've replaced the wedge, and now I have my rear naked choke and lock. From this position, most people just tend to kind of squeeze their arms and they could eventually burn out if they're against a really tough opponent. For this, there's no way they'll survive. I'm going to bring my elbow down, kind of like in the line of his chest and sternum. I'm going to bring my head to his head, and I'm going to look to start applying pressure by bringing my elbow down and shrugging my shoulders. This allows me to put on a very constant tensioned rear naked choke here. So I can hold this pretty much all day, and you'll be able to slowly, yes. Let's do it one more time, no commentary. Good.